Good morning, Laredo. My name is Alejandro de Leon. Please do me a favor, and I want you to look around and look at everyone here. We are each here because we want to see something done about gun violence in America. Every one of us here is here because we are fed up with politicians telling us after every shooting, after every needless death, now isn't the time for politics. Send your thoughts and prayers. Each one of us is tired of going to school or sending our kids to school and wondering, what if we are next? What would I do? What can I do? And yet we aren't alone right now. Across the world, hundreds of thousands are marching in over 800 different events just like this one. And we are all demanding action be taken to help prevent the next Sandy Hook, the next Stoneman Douglas, and the next Columbine. I, for one, am tired of wondering, what if we are the next Virginia Tech? I'm tired of my friends telling me how they are afraid to be at school, how they have looked up videos on YouTube on how to barricade a classroom door with their belt. It's sick. But just how twisted gun culture is in America didn't hit me till December 2012 when 20 children, 6 and 7-year-olds, were killed along with their 6 educators at Sandy Hook in a matter of minutes. The responses and debates I heard when we brought up gun reform were, what about my rights? I shoot for fun. First, I want to say that your recreation is not worth people's lives. And let us make it absolutely clear. Guns aren't toys for you to play soldier with. Fixing America's fascination with guns will take a long, sustained effort, and I honestly don't have any answers for you on how we are going about and change that right now. But right now, I can tell you, in a few simple measures, that will go a long way in stopping gun violence across the United States. We want a national gun registry on all gun sales. We want universal background checks. We want a ban on high-capacity magazines, and we want a 3-day waiting period for all gun purchases. We want to close gun law loopholes. Let's remember, though, that this isn't just a march to stop school shootings. This is a march for our lives. It took a shooting in Parkland, Florida, and the death of 17 students to mobilize us. But now we are speaking up for every man, woman, and child who has been the victim of gun violence. Right now, I can confidently tell you that something as simple as a 3-day waiting period for gun purchases will save countless lives by helping to reduce the epidemic of gun-related violence. In 2015, the Center of Disease Control reported over 22,000 gun-related suicides and 12,979 gun-related homicides. According to a 2013 study by the Violence Policy Center, women are 5 times more likely to be killed by their abuser when they have access to guns. I don't want you to think that gun violence is something that just happens in other towns. Laredo has been affected by gun violence before. We've lost people too. And we're here marching for them too. Let us never forget the murder of 12-year-old Liz Rivera at Memorial Middle School, or domestic violence victims such as Reina Gonzalez Zamora, whose abuser shot her before turning his guns on Laredo police officers last year. Laredo has lost brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and children to gun violence. Let us not forget that we can do something to help prevent these tragedies from repeating. What we want is to make it easier for troubled individuals to get the help they need, and we want to make it harder for them to hurt themselves and others. So we are all of us here today, and those marching across the world demanding legislative action. We are now calling on Congressman Cuellar, Senators Cruz, Corrin, as well as Governor Abbott and President Trump. We are calling on gun reform, and we demand action be taken to protect our people. And I want to remind them that we are the doers. We are the ones who will finally get something done. And this is just the beginning. We are going to make ourselves be heard, and if they don't want to listen, we will elect someone who does. So if you or someone you know in the crowd hasn't registered to vote, I want y'all to come to our section over here and do so. Register so we can vote come election day. Thank you, Laredo. Thank God for today, and God bless America.
Thank you, Alex. All right.